Alrighty, Andre, let's get this going. You're going to be grading this in like 2 hours, so I'm ready to go to bed. Uh, I'll run this for you real quick for the first one just to show you that it's done. Voila. Uh, yeah, so the first one you wanted us to make the HLSL file. So basically just passing in WVP all at one time. And then inside of the optimized shader, I actually just pass in basically everything in of itself together. Then inside of the DX app, I will actually be multiplying everything. When I get down to it, you will see it. Right here, so I just multiply everything inside of it, and then just have the color set to whatever I want to, kind of idea. So, just to show you, it runs one more time. Voila, that's number one. Number two was just the 5 different positions. To be honest, it's actually pretty self-explanatory. I'll just show you the DX app because all the other stuff is the same. Let's run down here right quick. Here we go. So I just got VP, just multiplying the view and projection matrix, and then multiplying a different world matrix each time. Basically, just have a transpose on them, and it shows up, different places, and then just different colors, so that way you could see it easier. Here we go. So, and we got all 5 of them there too. So we'll go on to number 3. So this should be number 3, hopefully. Oh man. Sometime today. Alright, so here's the cube. See it? Done. Up, down. All that fun stuff. So we will go into the model tools, just show you that it was made there. Alright, just did the create unit pyramid thing, have the number of vertices because of the 4 at the bottom and then the 3 per triangle, so then there's 4 of them, so just 12 and 4. And then yeah, basically just put the UVs at the end of each thing according to wherever. Again, kind of a self-explanatory kind of thing. Basically just made the pyramid first to make sure it was built right, and then added the UVs after it. So there's really nothing else outside of that, to be honest with you. As well as, actually I'll show you real quick that I'm loading everything in properly. Here's your, Andre forgot this, Targa. And then we also got, no, it's not going to be right there. Here we go. And then where I initialize a unit pyramid instead, because I think it was something different. Actually, I think it was a cube that was there. So just initializing the pyramid, basically. Then on to number 4. Number 4 to me was actually the easiest one. It was, once you got a hold of it, it was a walk in the park. I think I finished it in like 10 minutes or something ridiculous like that. So here we go. The right, front, left, bottom, back, and the top. I can't get the top. It works. It works. Alright, so we'll go to, here we go. Go down to this guy, I believe it is. Yep. So, yep, it was actually the exact same thing in essence as the other cube. The only difference being is that you had to do the UVs differently. mainly because it was chopped up into eighths. And thank you for also chopping them up into eighths, so that way we didn't have to sit there and guess exactly the amounts, because that probably would have killed me, quite frankly. Outside of that, it was fairly simple. Basically, whatever you were looking at, the top left corner, if you wanted the top left corner, basically the top left corner would be the top left corner that was on the paper, and you would just have to adjust according to that. It's hard to explain through words, but yeah, it was not difficult at all. But yeah, so I just entered the UV coordinates, all that good stuff. Then on to number 5. Number 5, Andre. Yeah, I spent probably 2 hours trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, and because I felt like I was doing everything right. Then when I loaded it, it would never load. I'll show you what I did. Maybe salvage some points at least. Yeah, here we are, the shader textures. There we go. Voila. So basically the shader textures are the exact same thing. You just import the texture, HLSO, got all the coordinates. Then I just basically took off of the shader color. Actually, it was really similar to that. So the only difference, if I remember correctly, was that there was no vector color inside of the world portion. Inside of world data, it was just the world, not the color with it, I believe. I could be wrong about that. And then you also had the texture, basically just setting that to get a context, and then setting it to get that specific thing. Set the buffers, and then inside of the main here, I don't think it's something in main, I think it's something actually to do with the buffers or something. But yeah, made the model, had the textures with the crate face. Actually, if I change this too, you can see that it will also change colors. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'll share overwrite that. Yeah, it's all red. I don't know. I'm lost for words. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm tired. Yep. Then I made the new shader texture, all that good stuff. So I'm lost as to what's wrong with it. So we'll go on. I'll just use one of these examples back here. I'll just use like this guy. So for the first further work, you wanted us to go ahead and run the test 512 inside of here. So let me just run down here and do that for you real quick. Basically, it's going to pop up all pink. I already know what's going to happen. So what I think is happening basically is the fact that it doesn't know how to map it, because it actually has no UV projections on the unit box, which I did not change just thinking about it. So the unit box itself actually has no UV coordinates, so it doesn't know at all what it's doing. It's going to work because I didn't switch it. Oh, God. Here we go. Just unit box. There we go. So it's going to be all pink, but yeah, so basically in unit box, the unit box doesn't have any UV coordinates, so it doesn't know how exactly to model and wrap the texture around the cube and all that good stuff. But yeah, I personally thought that one was easy too, if I got it right, but who knows. Haven't done well in these further work, so hopefully this is a change. And then for the second one, I did do a performance test. I actually did it on my computer itself, on my desktop. Unfortunately, my desktop doesn't have a microphone, so I can't really show you. Uh, when I run it, I'm actually running at 160 frames per second for step one without any optimization. Uh, I have a really good computer, I'll just say that. So that's why it's running so well. And then it increased by about, I would say, a good 15 to 20 frames once all of the optimization and all that was done. Uh, if not more. I actually don't remember exactly what it did as far as the optimization is concerned. I just have the first step up right now so that I remembered it. But yeah, it's at like 160. So, alrighty. Have fun grading this, Andre.